You don't have to be alone to learn how to love yourself, but it is crucial that you don't rely on someone else's love to supplement the love that you're lacking for yourself. Hey guys, it's Yana back again. I know we've got a little different setup today, but we're making things work. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching and consistently just following and taking in all of the information that I have to share. I had some really great feedback that really ignited and kind of, motivated me to do a little bit more in-depth and personal. So I really do hope to have more conversations with people about their experiences. And so today I just wanted to give that call out. If you have gone through any type of manipulative relationship, whether that be with a parent or in a romantic partnership, those same behaviors can come out of both. Things like fearing intimacy, fearing a sincere connection, those pains that you feel coming out of a traumatic relationship or going through any type of relationship where you did not speak on your boundaries, they can become cycles, and that is the one thing that I want to give you the tools to be able to stop in its tracks. We want to work on things one thing at a time. Our brains do better that way. And granted, you're gonna want to do everything at once, but for the purpose of actually working through tools, we want to be patient with our healing. And at the end of the day, I don't want any of the things that I'm giving you to feel like it's overwhelming. I'm a student too, and I more feel like a student as I use these things in my life and can report back to you about what works for me. It's a learning process, and healing is a thing that is just a part of our human experience, because pain is a part of our human experience. But relationships, that is like the core of our human connection, our human experience. And we want to get so good at connecting with a focus on putting ourselves and our health first, but having that courage to be able to still connect with others and be sincere, be authentic, be vulnerable, and be successful at it in a way that you can still uphold your own love for yourself, your own values, your own boundaries. And we'll get to know those as we go along through the process. You don't have to be alone to learn how to love yourself, but it is crucial that you don't rely on someone else's love to supplement the love that you're lacking for yourself. So today I want to talk about reconnecting with yourself. So I was writing earlier today, and the topic of reconnecting with yourself came about in this way of redefining your values and recentering yourself through the clarity that you will find by understanding what your needs are. When you understand your values first, you start to understand what your needs are, because you can align what you do and the activities that make you feel like you're aligned with the things that you care about, your values. And by doing that, you're able to better communicate that to your partner. You're better able to communicate that to your friends, and you're able to consistently show yourself the respect for the things that you actually care about and align your life on that life path. I'll explain it as a blueprint, working on a worksheet for you guys to have your own blueprint, be able to use your values in a fashion that will help you align what you do in your life to what you really care about. So, with that said, the first thing that we need to understand is, in order to really gain clarity on where we are at, we have to take a second to reflect on how we're feeling. And this sometimes can get bogged down by our distractions. Honestly, how many times you just aimlessly scroll on your phone? It can take hours out of your day, and all you really need to be able to gain a sense of clarity is 10 minutes. You could do 2 minutes and you might feel a lot better just by, writing down how you feel in that moment, or something that happened that made you feel a little discomfort. Whatever you have to write, whatever you're called to write, is going to be a telltale sign of what you're struggling with in that moment. Recenter yourself, take 2 minutes, write down a little bit, and understand that by doing this, you are putting yourself first in your life. Sometimes when we feel stressed or like things are just out of whack, that feeling can come from a sense of losing our usual habits or routines. It comes from this place of change. Feeling a lot of fear or worry or doubts usually comes from that place. If you've had a change of environment, you have a new relationship, you have a new friendship, whatever this new thing or piece of your life is, could be one of the reasons why you're feeling this stress. Now, not to say that adding a new friend or having a new romantic partner is a stressful thing. It can be a stress reliever in many cases, but when you change your routines and when you have change in your life, your system, your body, your mind, body, spirit connection, it sends out these like red flags. I'd say it's more like beeping, like warnings. Hey, take a second. What's happening? I'm not used to this. And when you have this signal that's going off, you might notice that after you've been out of town for a couple of weeks and your body's like, whoa, what's going on? I don't even know what life looks like. Why am I not in my normal bed or going to sleep on time? These signals start to go off and we're sitting here like, oh my goodness, why do I feel this crazy amount of shakiness? And why do I feel like I'm unclear? Why does my brain feel like it's just, a million miles per minute? I'm stressed. What's going on? Your body is realizing that there's a change. Your brain, your mind, that connection there knows that there's this change happening. And it's a very primal instinct, to say the least. But what I want you to be able to understand is that whenever you can connect your values with what you do, and you're intentional about your routines, and you're intentional about living through your values, you can align whatever you do with your partner or your new friend or through your new job, whatever change you do have to go through, you can align activities that will match with your values. And if you're with a new partner, it's beneficial for them to know what your values are in the first place. So choose activities to do together and fit in your routine the same things that you would do, and think about ways that you can include another person. So I am a huge fan of Daniel G. Amen. I have a lot of people that I follow, but he really does speak to brain health and makes sense of a lot of the feelings that we might have in a way that focuses on what we can do better to ease our minds and to promote a healthy, functioning mind. He suggested to name your brain. And I mention this because that whole signaling that happens whenever you feel stressed and when things are feeling overwhelming, these are signals that are coming from our brain and that mind-body connection. So if you can separate yourself from what's going on in your mind, you're actually able to gain a sense of control and direction because you are disciplining your own brain. So why not try it? I mean, name your brain. What would your brain name be? I don't know what I would name mine yet. So I'd love to hear that in the comments below. Yeah, what would your brain name be? I hope I get some good ones that give me a kick. But in all seriousness, it's a great way to be able to understand that the things that we go through affect our minds, and it's not always, why do I feel this way? Sometimes it's, okay, why is my brain feeling this way? And what can I do about it? What can I do to help my body and my brain work together and help my emotional health? Now, when we have that overwhelming stressed feeling, I already touched on why values are important and why we want to align ourselves to our values. But to dig deeper into values and the whole reason I bring it up, it's because your values are the things that are kind of like this core of your being. It's the things that you care the most about. And at the end of the day, they will be this foundation that you choose to live your life on, or you don't and you become unhappy. So it's very, very important to gain clarity on these values. And this was something that I learned from someone somewhere, probably on a podcast, but your values and picking your values will help to transform so much about your life, so much about what you do, so much about who you connect with and how you connect with others. And you get to have this understanding as well. If my values are health and another person has a value of, let's say, spiritual health, and I'm I'm still in this health sector because I just can't seem to get my mind out of it. But I'd be able to connect with a person who has this value of spiritual health, maybe in a way of, oh, you use prayer to help gain clarity and security in your life. And that's really, really similar to how I use meditation and journaling. So I might be able to connect with a person in a much more deeper level than if I had never understood what they truly care about. And I would be just, barking up a tree and not being able to get understanding with another person. And that's really what this is all about. It's about how we can better connect with each other and learn how to love each other better, learn how to listen, learn how to be more empathetic, and have this shared meaning that can transform our lives and the lives of others. This whole community is a community of helping others. So with your story, with your personal pains and the things that you've gone through, it's important to be able to share these things and to be able to talk to other people, to be able to share this connected feeling from our experiences, to let other people know that they're not alone. I've mentioned in a previous video how I came to truly value mental health and all of these things that I'm talking about with love and connection, self-love, how to love others better because of my trauma, because of the things that I went through in my life. And I know that there's a lot of people who have been through these things, who have been manipulated, who have been in environments that were very painful growing up, or with a spouse that has been very mean and or controlling, and having these types of traumas really disconnects you, it isolates you, and it makes you think a lot differently. I wish I could go back, to that 16, 17-year-old girl and just let her know that she wasn't alone. And that is the purpose of this that is the purpose of my videos. And what helps is having you guys be able to talk to me and share these stories as well. And I welcome anybody who wants to speak, who wants to be able to talk about mental health, about how to connect better. And I want to invite you, if you have a story to share, to just reach out to me and we can talk about it on a podcast form. We could talk about it just in the DMs and Instagram. So at Yana Empowers, go ahead, give me a follow. So what I want you guys to be able to do with this values blueprint is to be able to list all the activities that align with each of your values. And we're going to pick 3 to 5 different values that we believe are our core values, things that we hold dearest to our hearts and want within our lives. What we'll do with each of the values that you choose is we will break them down into the sectors that we care about the most. Things like, for example, my value about health, that runs into emotional health, that runs into brain health, relationship health, my boundaries, and my health as a whole within my mind, body, and spirit. So lots of different things going on there. But the next step then is listing all of the activities that I could do to align with those values that I care about so much. As we write all of these activities, we're going to see a lot of overlaps happening, hopefully, and we'll be able to connect some of these activities into a routine that we will then be able to implement as a habit. And I will always use the atomic habits structure for building a routine. Always, always, always. Love James Clear for that book. Thank goodness for him. Before we get into this values blueprint, the first thing that I want to be able to provide for you guys is your values sheet, where you get to see a list of values, and of course you can write your own, but it just gives you an idea. It gives you a word bank to work with to be able to choose those 3 to 5 values that you feel are the utmost importance for you in your life. Again, knowing your values allows you to more deeply understand other people, to better connect with them and have meaning in your life and what you do. As you connect with other people and you see that your values could kind of align together, you start to build deeper friendships, deeper connections, deeper partnerships that can last a lifetime. So with that, y'all, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and sign up for my newsletter so I can provide you with that values word bank and send you all my other helpful materials, let you know when blog posts come, let you know when new videos come, and give you the opportunity to speak with me, chat with me, tell me your story, sign up for the newsletter, get all the materials that I can throw at you. And I will see you again on my next video, and have a great day or night wherever you are. I love you and peace. Bye, guys.